Being a part of the sisterhood, I really feel like has just connected a whole bunch of God-loving individuals together, and we're like, hooray! What's up, y'all? It's Kira here. We're back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kirarai, and if you're returning, then welcome back. As promised, here is part 2 to the Q&A with my sorors. I did not forget about you guys. I don't have an official intro with my girls, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so next question. We got 2 more questions left. Biggest lesson we've learned while in the sorority. Mine is communication and speaking up for myself. When you get into any organization or just wherever you go in life, whether in an organization or not, with a new company, meeting with a new group of friends, you will have conflict. And I used to be so afraid of being confrontational and being like, hey, no, you were in the wrong. I'm just very much I like everything to be peaches and cream, but that's not reality. And I feel like being in the sorority, you are meeting these really great people, but everyone has a different personality. And just because we all wear the same letters now doesn't mean that we have an emotional bond. So there still has to be work that has to be done to build an actual relationship with the people that you now call sisters. And in building that relationship, you will run into conflict. And so I feel like being part of the sorority really taught me how to speak up, not only for myself, but also just for the betterment of our chapter or the sorority as a whole, because you won't go anywhere unless you know how to properly and respectfully speak your mind and work things out with other people. And so, yeah, we've gotten into arguments,
right,
with other people, but
you get over it.
You get you get over it, and
there's no drama.
Right.
We don't drag it on. We're gonna come back and squash that real quick.
Yeah.
The intention is not to keep arguing. The intention is to find the solution, and then let's go back where we were.
Yeah, and I feel especially being so small, we had no choice to hold beef. And if I'm mad at you, it's not I can just go to another person. This is this is it. Plus another
right.
Plus the other one right here. But it's that's it. So we have to work things out, because I'm gonna see you at the next meeting, because we all always gotta be at the meeting.
We all got a position.
Right. We all always have a position. Right. So yeah, I'm really thankful that the sorority has helped me become more vocal and be more okay with solving conflict and getting into conflict, because it's normal and it's a part of life, and it's not something you can avoid forever.
For me, I definitely want to say time management, especially now, just scheduling and just trying to come together, because with our schedules, it's crazy. And then just with us all graduating, even though you graduated, but you're still here, so it's just still trying to include everyone. But I feel we make it work, and especially this semester, we're definitely making it work.
This girl was literally in a whole nother state last semester.
Right.
And she was doing a thing. We were still
and have a position in the sorority, which wasn't bad at all or anything, because I wanted to be connected, because I'm I'm not here, I'm in a whole different city, so it's just I'm across the country.
Literally.
But she was there, bro. And that's what I'm happy for, is you have that fear of she's going away, that means the communication might die down, or the relationship may not progress, but we
got strong. We got stronger as a group with her being gone, which is rare.
And that was one of my goals. I was just I want to be connected and still do something and still try to be there, even though it's just from a phone conversation or just Zoom.
She was no more than me, and I was here.
Right, that part. Fine arts major.
Fine arts.
Oh my God.
We were dying.
Yes. So for me, I was the previous president for a year and a half of our chapter, and a couple things I learned were to ask for help, because now it's also very true that you don't know what to ask if you were never taught, or things like that. If you feel you don't know something, how do you know to ask a question about it? But what I learned, and we had Sigma Gamma Rho had workshops that I had went to at a massive meeting that we had, teaching if you have any question, literally just ask somebody. And sometimes that's hard to think about when you feel you're at the top of your chapter, leading your chapter. Sometimes it feels like it's all on you. And so I had the pleasure, like taking all the time that I had as president, working through some things, like not feeling like I had to do it on my own. So asking questions and delegating more, and just feeling like you can ask for help, like it's not all on you. I also learned as for president, you have to be the bigger person. Don't like disregard your feelings, but put a pin in it and address whatever situation it may be, whether it be like booking a room or like things may not have gone the way that you had planned it to go. Assess the situation, find the solution, and then, okay, let me figure out how I'm feeling and how can we prevent this from next time.
Okay, y'all, we have one more question and then we're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah.
Last question is, how has Sigma affected who you are? I guess it's kind of the same thing as like biggest lesson, but
Sigma Gamma Rho, I would say overall has made me more confident in who I am. I am a much more confident person just in myself. Like I feel like my self-esteem has been brought up when you have those great conversations with people that will tell you how you are, tell you your qualities, your strengths, your weaknesses. It helps you be able to see yourself better, and you trust their word more because you know they mean what they say in the best terms. I'm just more happy about who I am, honestly. Like I feel connected to a larger group of people, the sisterhood. I did drill team in high school, and so drill is everyone's doing the same thing in a group. And I think we threw around the word sisterhood, but it's really because we had to see each other every day for 5 hours and doing a dance. But when it comes to SG Row, at least, and our sisterhood, like you really have people behind your back, like supporting you and pushing you forward and bringing you to your next position, bringing you so many opportunities. You never feel like you are alone. Like these are my sisters, blood or not, like they are my sisters. So it's just that connection, and with that connection, I just feel more protected, more loved, more confident to take a step forward in my life.
This sorority has impacted me positively. And I just want to say, like, as far as like sisterhood, I have 2 half sisters, but I feel like joining a sorority, I was more like connected with my sisters right here, and then just like the other members in our chapter. And so I just feel like I was able to express my feelings and talk to them more than I would with like my half siblings, because they're in their 30s. And so it's just more like on a personal level and just more connected to girls that are around the same age as you. And then it has impacted me like as far as like career wise, just to go for what I want, just seeing other older women go for what they want and just try to like push you to do and continue to do what you do. And just also like remembering like don't let anyone stop like your Sigma journey and things like that, which is like one of the takeaways that I took away from Centennial as well. And so just like having that connection has like really worked positively for me, and honestly I love it here.
Period. Okay, for me, I feel like joining this sorority has helped me to be okay with stepping into my power and my purpose. Like I mentioned earlier, conflict, didn't like it. Like I was very much reserved, and I would just try to let things, resolve themselves versus, being like, hey, no, like I'm gonna have an input in that. And so being a part of the sorority and learning how to speak my mind has also just bled into other areas of my life. Like, Kira, like you have an opinion on this, and you don't have to let life dictate where you go. Like you can you can make your own decisions for yourself and say, hey, I'm gonna do this. Hey, I'm gonna do this. Nobody writes your story but you, kind of thing. And God really. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have, like people don't have control over you. Like you have the final say at the end of the day. And I didn't realize that until I was put into a position where it was like, Kira, you gotta speak up. Like, Kira, you are the one that's in charge of this. You are the one that gets to say, oh, we're gonna go in this direction or this direction. And so I'm really, really like thankful for that, because I just like, I wanna be a lady boss, like I actually know what my worth is and my potential, the things that I can do. Like I can change the world, like I can just do really great things. All of us can. And it took me joining a sorority and, you know, experiencing all these different things for me to really like tap into that. And so I'm just really thankful for that. And the connections are just
immaculate.
They're just immaculate. Like, it just feels so good knowing that I can go anywhere in the world. And I'm a dancer, like, which you already know, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling in my career, and a lot of places I'm sure I'm gonna be moving to on my own, but it's just so comforting knowing that I can leave my hometown and go quite literally anywhere in the world and be like, yo, where my sorors at? And people will be there to like take care of me, help me. Like, we got a whole group chat for the whole region. Like, I just gotta get into the other group chat. Like that's just so comforting, because a lot of life, like, you feel like you're alone sometimes. Like, I know I deal with that. And so just knowing that there are people out there for me, whether I know them right now or not, like, there are people there to help me, to love me, to support me, to, you know, take care of me when I feel like I'm, you know, needing some help. So yeah, Sigma Gamma Rho is just great.
Two more things. I was gonna say the spirituality. My spiritual life has grown.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So
yeah, so much. Like,
we gonna be meeting a lot more.
No, like we will have church on this thing. Like, spiritually, I feel like that's the biggest impact, actually.
Because I know, like, for me, people will be like, oh, you're in a sorority, like, how are you holy and all of this stuff, but it's just like, I feel like, for me, while we're on this topic,
right.
I just feel like, for me, I feel like God wouldn't position me somewhere if it wasn't for me. And it's just like, he can use people in their specific positions to make it more than what you see on social media or what you see how it is, even though you really don't know like what's going on behind the scenes. And I just feel like people be like, oh, Christians are this, you're worshiping this, and it's just like, do you know?
Right, like, do you know? And again, with like, you can dictate the experience that you have. Like, we very much have the choice to get caught up in the whole Greek culture, and, you know, I only joined it to stroll, or, you know, meet people,
or get letters and just meet people.
Exactly. But
no.
Like, if you make it a very intimate thing and say, hey, yeah, okay, we can have fun, but also like, we're gonna get together and have Bible study. Like, I feel like our sorority is very much spiritually based.
And then the events we put on, like, we even work with faith-based organizations on campus.
Like, it's so important to us.
Like, we had a praise and worship event. Like,
last
if you just want to pray and praise God with us, come on in. Like, you know, just this is who we are. And I've definitely grown, and it's just like, we can help each other. We're struggling.
Even send like scriptures in the group chat, and even our advisor or like the grad chapters, like, reach out to us. They make us feel like we're their kids, but like, you can still come to them because they're like, you know, they're mothers themselves. Like, they have kids too.
It's been a really big blessing, and even though it's annoying and just
we have our moments.
Stressful, and we have our moments, I think the fact that we can come together and pray together, but also like figure things out and just really like buckle down and say, hey, I wanna fix this because I love you. Like, actually love you. Like, love is patient, love is kind, 1 Corinthians kind of love, you know? Like, it's just so beautiful, and it's rare to find people in the world like that. And so being a part of this sisterhood, I really feel like has just connected a whole bunch of God-loving individuals together, and we're like, hooray! We love it, we love it, we love it. Okay guys, so we're gonna wrap things up. We're gonna just end this video with like final pieces of advice. So I'll go first. My final piece of advice is, if you are interested in joining an organization, whether it be a sorority or a fraternity, it doesn't matter, make sure you join, not because your friend is in it, but because you actually feel connected to the purpose, vision, and values of the organization that you were interested in. Because you can very much get in a situation where you joined, oh, because my best friend joined, a kiki, ha ha ha. But then it's like, when the real work comes in, when the business comes in, it's like, ooh, like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I don't really feel connected to this. So like, just, yeah, make sure that you are looking at the organization as a whole, like really, really doing your research. Like you're gonna hear that over and over and over again, because you don't want to choose something which is long-term, significantly long-term.
Right, and you want it to be long-term.
Right,
Yeah.
like you don't want to choose something that once you're in, 3 months in, you're like, I don't really want to do this. Like that's kind of, that's not a good feeling. So just make sure that you really feel that who you are as a person aligns with the purpose, vision, and values of the organization that you're interested in. And then bada boom, bada bang, make your decision.
And then advice for me, I would just say continue to like get connected with the members of that sorority or fraternity, and just kind of like bond with them and just get to know them like on a personal level, but also learn more about like the sorority or fraternity, and just have that time to just like, you know, get to know them.
And if you, sorry, let me add that
go
real
ahead.
quick. Like, it's even better if you make a bond with someone outside of sorority things, like really become their friend. Like we became friends with someone this semester. We met her at, you know, at a sorority event, but we kept the relationship going. So, you know, I'm bonded with her outside of these letters, which is how friendships will maintain, which is how you actually grow and build sisterhood. Like, I don't, like, obviously I love these letters, but I'm like, these letters don't keep us together.
Right.
Like, they're not the glue that holds this friendship together. So
It's upfront, like
Yeah.
And you don't want it to like that relationship to die down just over being in a
time,
sorority or fraternity. You know, like we want to keep that going. Like, and then regardless if they don't join the sorority or fraternity, you still have that friend.
right.
It's
Exactly.
like we want to be there for you
It's
regardless.
not, oh, you didn't choose us, so
Right,
Yeah.
like
we don't even like you
don't be
anymore.
nasty. Like, that's not
They're still a human being.
right.
Right. Like you
talk
will find
about?
your best fit, what works best for you.
And even if it doesn't work for you, like,
I'm still your friend.
I'm still your friend. Like, what you want to do? You want to go out to eat? Bet, let's go. You know.
That kind of goes into my advice for everyone is to just join where you want to go. What are your desires? You know, you may like one sorority's vision, values, all that jazz, but if you personally don't feel connected to that sorority, look at a different one. Look, research all of them. Like, maybe don't just research one. You may be most interested in one. Okay, cool, but why are you most interested in one? Also, don't just join a sorority, same kind of as friends, but like if your family is in a sorority, like you don't have to join the same sorority that your mom is in, or your grandmother, or a cousin, any family member.
no matter what they say.
Right.
Right.
It might be cute, but it's like,
To keep the trend
For
going.
that
like
what
a
you
name,
do?
But
like just for a name, that goes into the clout. Like what do you want to get out of this sorority? It goes back into you're interviewing us while we're interviewing you. Like what do you want to get out of it? And don't feel pressured to join something just for the name.
right.
Yeah.
Or just so you can stroll with your mama.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
and
that'd
then
be
you're
nice.
unhappy later on.
Yeah,
You know?
go where you want to go.
Because let me tell you, when that business comes into play, okay,
it'll surprise
you want to make sure that you can handle it, that it's something that you actually want to do. And if you join just because you want to stroll with your best friend or your mom or
It's
your
more
aunt,
than
like
that.
it's gonna be more causing you more trouble and stress being in the sorority than it would if you didn't join one at all. So exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Join for you. What do
Join
you
for
want to
you.
do at the end of the day? This is your life, and don't let anybody else dictate it for you.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, one more. Sorry. That was
No,
a
you're
great
good.
end. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
We'll do it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, if you have questions about a sorority, fraternity, whatever, this can go for anything.
An organization.
Right, an organization. Okay, sure. But also, go to one person and talk to them in private. If you have questions, that is great advice. Don't be out and open and trying to help you out. Go to one person and say your questions rather than out everywhere.
Here we go. Pray on it.
Pray on it.
Pray on it. Hallelujah. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I love these girls so much, and my other soror who couldn't be here today. Like, just endless love for them. If you guys want more videos, I would honestly love to do a segment where like it's just us talking, giving advice, like whatever it is, just so we are reaching more people, because there's a lot of stuff on YouTube like about SGRO, but at the same time there's not at all. And I think that we are really great people to, you know, give information. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you already know what to do. You can drop a comment down below. You can easily send me an email. You can you can and you can DM me on Instagram. My schedule is a little bit more free this semester, so I have a lot more time to make more videos. I hope so.
I hope so, right?
Right, exactly. We haven't started yet. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time.